and welcome to another episode of Zooming In on Art. I'm your host, Mildred Huffman, and with me today I have art legend Andy Smither. Welcome, Andy.
Why, thank you, Mildred. It's just such a delight to be in the wonderful show. I really enjoy your program. It's delightful to be here.
We're so happy to have you. So today we're looking at Miguel's Icarus, circa 1960. This is a wonderful wood block print. It is made up of very purposeful lines in a very large area of negative or dark space. It's important to note the story of Icarus comes from Greece and the Greek culture, whereas Miguel originally comes from Spain.
Yes, Icarus, it's the story of a sculptor who gets hired by the king of Crete to make a labyrinth where he kept the Minotaur. The king decides that he can't have this sculptor out there knowing all the secrets of the labyrinth. He locks up the sculpture, and the sculptor's son, they are prisoners. So the sculptor creates wings out of wax and feathers so that him and his son can fly out of Crete. The son flies too close to the sun, and his wings melt, and he falls into the ocean. It's a very sad story.
Now, Miguel was from Spain and moved to America in 1943. The story was probably brought over from Greece in maybe 900 BC, when the two areas were very commonly trading. When Miguel got the story, it may have had more of a Spanish influence as it was passed through the years, but you can definitely see the story in this block. It is so understated, when you see it, you can't really make it out at first. They're just these intense shapes, angles, and dark spots. But when you look closer, the shapes start to resemble images we know. The triangles on each side point upward, and they start to look like wings. And the textures used in the triangle give them a line feel, much like I think a feather might have. Also, the shapes on the walls seem to resemble what could be a labyrinth.
I also noticed that the whole image is pointed up. It really invites you to view the bottom of the image when moved towards the top. I think this really showing the past of the Icarus story where Icarus gets close to the sun. The hard and solid wings start to melt and become nothing.
That's a wonderful point, Andy. I can also see you right in the middle of the image. It looks like the artist used texture to create what appears to be a spine, a solid column in the center of the wing. This really gives the piece a solid position. The spine, if you will, seems to hold the image down and makes it feel like a moment in time and less like a constant story. I think this was done to show the moment of flight that was best. Icarus had just reached the top of the sky, and he is still blissfully unaware of his fate.
I can really feel the energy with that. The excitement of flying and soaring through the sky, it does look like just a burst of energy pointing from the center.
This is a very interesting piece, and I see more every time I look at it. To wrap it up, Andy, I really think this is a wonderful wood block representation. It's a great representation of the story of Icarus, the Greek influence on Spain, and just how much Manuel liked to show stuff, but without giving it away. He really makes you think about it.
He sure does. Thanks so much, Mildred, for having me on the show. I really enjoyed reviewing this piece with you.
Thanks for being here, Andy. So as always, this is Mildred Huffman and Andy Smither saying thanks for zooming in on some art.
Bye!